Prime Minister from 2021 to 2022 and former Chief of Staff to Benjamin Netanyahu, Naftali Bennett. It's really good to have you here. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're in town meeting with lawmakers. Obviously, the U.S. is the biggest ally for Israel, and that is an important trip to make. Let me ask you about what we're seeing in Gaza right now, because you had argued about cutting off Gaza City from the rest of Gaza, cutting off the north from the south. And since you've made that argument, we've seen it. What's happening from what you can tell right now?
Well, our goal is to release the 240 hostages in Gaza, Israeli hostages. I'm talking about babies, very old women, incredibly horrific cases, and to eliminate Hamas. So what we're doing is essentially applying a siege on the terror tunnels. They have 500 kilometers worth of tunnels, underground tunnels. They built a whole terror city for 15 years. Instead of building schools and a future, they decided to take all that money and build terror against Israelis. And instead of entering those tunnels, we're squeezing them, denying them energy for the ventilation of the tunnels, so we smoke out the terrorists. This is going to take some time. And we have to follow through.
What happens to the hostages?
We're doing our best. It's a very complicated situation to have so many hostages in the hands of these horrible terrorists. We think that any humanitarian issues should first require them to release these hostages. I have to show you one picture. This is Kfir Bibas. He's, I believe, 9 months old. He's kidnapped and he's under Hamas custody right now. This is what we're talking about. And to come and ask Israel for all kinds of humanitarian gestures before we've even had the Red Cross meet Kfir Bibas and see that he's alive and okay and taken care of, and other kids like him, doesn't make sense.
It's so hard to look at that picture, and it's so hard to think of what must be happening and the fear, especially among the children in those tunnels right now, the hostages, and just what happened on that day is awful. But I'm sure that there are Palestinians that can show images of their own kids that they're worried about, that have died in this. And much of the world is calling for a ceasefire. A lot of allies are saying at the very least a pause, if not voting for a ceasefire in the UN. Why do you think that so much of the world is asking Israel to stop for a moment?
That's a wonderful question, and I don't have the answer. I think somehow Israel, the Jewish state, is held for a different standard. I mean, imagine if America had, instead of Mexico, had a state of Al-Qaeda with 240 American hostages, including babies there. And this Al-Qaeda state entered Florida and raped women and murdered parents in front of their children and vice versa and burnt them. Would anyone ask America to cease fire against this Al-Qaeda state? Now, it's on our border. Israel thought that we can live with this state, that if they just have good enough lives, they'll get off our case. We have no territorial claim to Gaza. We gave them 100% of Gaza. We pulled out the soldiers, and we hoped they would turn it into Singapore, but they created a nightmare. Israel cannot tolerate anymore this Hamastan on our border. And the best way to do away with all the suffering is to denazify Gaza ASAP by eliminating Hamas. There's no simple answer.
A lot of people have said after this what needs to happen is a two-state solution, and there needs to be a form of government that's not Hamas in Gaza, but that's functional, and that Gazans need to have their own nation. They need to have ports. They need to have everything that a nation enjoys on their land. You don't agree with that, though, do you?
Well, we tried precisely that. I want to be very clear to the viewers now. In 2005, until 2005, Israel occupied Gaza. In 2005, we pulled out of Gaza, back to the 1967 borders. We handed the entire territory over to the Palestinian Authority, Mahmoud Abbas. There was no blockade, nothing. they had the chance to form the Palestinian state that everyone's talking about. No one stopped them. They have beautiful beaches and beautiful weather. And they dedicated those 17 years to shooting rockets at us and to killing us. So why would you try it again?
Had a vote in 17 years because Hamas took over and hasn't held an election. And although you gave the territory back to Gazans, and yes, they voted for Hamas, and then Hamas became radicalized, they weren't a state. It wasn't like you handed over statehood to. There was no
we actually did.
Solution.
It was theirs to decide.
But it wasn't connected with the West Bank.
But that's beside the point. We're talking about Gaza. The West Bank is the West Bank, and Gaza is Gaza. They got everything they wanted. Would you try that again? Would you experiment again after what they did? I can tell you that Israelis left and right, there's consensus. No one wants to try experiments, dangerous experiments again.
Mr.